which young team in the West has the best shot of making the playoffs? The teams up there, the Pelicans, the Grizzlies, the Suns, the Timberwolves, the Kings. Got a lot of young teams. Which team is going to take that leap and make the playoffs this coming season?
I'm going to go with the team that... Wait, who are you going to go with?
I mean... I was firstly gonna say, I mean, we had conversations like off the show about the Suns. You know how I feel.
It's okay. Yeah, okay.
I feel like the Suns have a shot. I mean, based off how they finished,
I know what you're gonna say.
Based off how they finished the bubble, I know it's a short sample size, 8-0. They were playing really well. I think Monty Williams is one of the most underrated coaches in the entire association. A lot of people don't remember the fact that DeAndre Ayton was suspended the first 25 games of the season for the I forgot what I think it was like he was using drugs or whatever. The case may be. I think that was big. I think
25 games.
Yeah.
John Collins too, right? Same thing.
I think the step forward that Kelly Oubre took this year is really good. He averaged 19 points, 7 rebounds. You got Devin Booker. You got Ricky Rubio, who's good. They have the 10th pick. I think that their team, I think that they can go either way. I think they can draft somebody, or I think they can use that pick in a player like Kelly Oubre to lure in somebody else that's pretty good. But honestly, just off the 3 stars that they have, Devin Booker, young stars that they have, Devin Booker, Kelly Oubre, DeAndre Ayton, and the way they finished the bubble last year with their coaching, I think they have a legit shot at making the playoffs. They were actually pretty good opening the season, but they didn't end up.
I know who you're gonna pick.
I feel like you're gonna say the Suns. You're gonna say what he said.
I'm not. I wasn't gonna pick the Suns at all.
You weren't gonna pick the Suns. Well,
I know who you're gonna pick. You're gonna pick the Pelicans.
I'm not picking the Pelicans.
Who are you picking?
I was close. I'm picking the Suns as well.
Oh, okay. I mean, go ahead. Why?
Because one, just the 8-0 in the bubble. I think that means something going into the other season with momentum. I think that's huge.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Monty Williams,
great
culture
coach.
Setter. I don't know about great. He's a good coach.
He's a good coach.
For that, I think for that core, I think he's great for them. That's what they needed, a young guy.
Okay. He's great for them. We're not going to get mixed up with words or whatever.
Pardon me.
Whatever. But I just, look, the same thing with Chicago Bulls. I really love teams that can shoot the ball, that can space the floor. Mm-hmm. Cameron Johnson, I think, it might take a really...
He was getting laughed on, too.
He might take a really big leap next year. I'm not saying about becoming... I'm not saying like becoming an all-star or nothing, but this guy is a 39% 3-point shooter.
Can shoot the rock.
He can have the same impact that Duncan Robinson has on the Heat on the Suns in terms of spacing the floor.
It's not a bad take.
Like, he's that good of a shooter. And I mean,
Ayton, and he can play defense.
Ayton's good.
Yeah, Ayton, you got a lockdown defender in Mikal Bridges.
Very good.
You got solid guys. So I just feel like the Suns have the best roster, and they don't have that lingering concern that the Pelicans have in terms of injuries. Mm-hmm. Because the reason why I'm not picking the Pelicans is because they don't have a coach right now.
Yeah.
They don't have Alvin Gentry there. Well, if we can say he's not that good of a coach regardless.
Mm-hmm. Side question. Do you think Doc Rivers or Mike D'Antoni takes the Pelicans job?
No. I don't think D'Antoni does.
You don't think so?
I don't even know. I think D'Antoni's going to Philly.
I think that's his best shot.
Okay.
As far as Doc Rivers goes, I mean,
just a side question.
I don't know if Doc Rivers wants to.
Yeah, I think Doc Rivers wants to win.
I think that's an intriguing job, though.
It is, definitely is. You got Zion, Brandon Ingram, who's good, Lonzo. I mean,
but you see that with the Pelicans, they have injury concerns. The Kings are just too mismanaged. Luke Walton is a bad coach.
He is.
So I don't trust them at all. And the Grizzlies have a shot, but Ja Morant,
he's
Dylan
nice.
Brooks, they're good players, but
you're forgetting about somebody else.
Wait a minute. Keep going.
Brandon Clark,
Jaren Jackson.
Oh,
Ja Morant is just a good player.
He's not Devin Booker.
Not yet.
He's not, but
Booker,
he can close the gap very fast.
Devin Booker's better than him, though.
Yeah. Okay.
D-Book is nice.
You picking the Suns. Yeah. I'm picking the Grizzlies. Easily. I'm picking the Grizzlies for the simple fact that we seen what they did this year. They showed everybody pre-bubble that they're not a team. They're not a team to joke around with. They play ball, and when they're helped they
were kind of bad in the bubble though.
Before Jaren Jackson went down with that injury pre-bubble, they were winning. They were in the playoffs. It was like, the Grizzlies are going to get in. Jaren Jackson goes down. They lose a bit of that guy, that second scorer, so they lose a couple games. The bubble, they're a young team. They didn't understand how to get through. They don't have that veteran leadership like Ricky Rubio on the team to get them through. So, okay, I understand. But this year, and this is just me speculating, if Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson makes that jump, which Jaren Jackson made the jump last year, he became a pretty good shooter. He's a
He's a good shooter.
Good defender.
Yeah,
he's not a good rebounder.
He's a good defender.
He's a good defender. Really he's a good shooter. If Jaren Jackson and John Morant make that leap, the Phoenix Suns don't have a chance. John Morant is a transcendent star. He's a franchise player easily. Yeah, they have Devin Booker. Devin Booker's never made the playoffs in his life.
He's been surrounded by a lot of bad teams, though.
I mean, the Grizzlies weren't that good.
The Suns aren't anything.
The Grizzlies aren't anything. They're not that good either.
I mean, they got Jonas Valanciunas isn't bad. Jaren Jackson, John Morant, Dylan Brooks.
You couldn't be more wrong. You couldn't be more wrong about your assessment of who you think the Suns are, and also who you think the Grizzlies are.
The Suns are the team that's never made the playoffs.
You want to know? You want to know?
It's been 10 years, 11 now.
You want to know what the Grizzlies showed me? They showed me that when the pressure is on them, when they got to get some wins. They can't win. They can't handle the pressure. The Suns showed they can handle the pressure. Devin Booker showed he can handle the pressure. Yeah, hitting the game win over Kawhi and Paul George. That's something that John Morant would never do in his life.
Wait, so in the regular in the regular season, hold on, stop, because John Morant laid the Nets and then blocked Kyrie's game time shot. So let's stop.
Did he hit a game win over the team that you thought was going to make the championship?
No, but wait, pre-bubble, what were the Suns? Wait, pre-bubble, what was the Suns doing?
They were winning some games.
It's like you.
Well, they definitely improved.
Nah, yeah, but it's like you just use your little 8-game bubble and you forget that we had a whole we had 60 games. We had 60 games before the bubble.
Weren't they the only undefeated team in the bubble too?
Yeah, they were.
They played really well.
We have 8 games of the bubble and we have pre-bubble, and pre-bubble showed us the Grizzlies was better than Phoenix all year.
They were
all year. They were better than Phoenix. They were better
closed
than
the gap in the bubble though.
Yeah,
they were literally right there.
They closed the gap in the bubble.
Phoenix had a tough schedule too.
So did the Grizzlies.
Now the Phoenix.
I think Phoenix had a tougher schedule.
No, the Grizzlies. But the only difference, we even talked about it on the show. The Grizzlies had a tougher schedule, so the Pelicans could get in.
The difference between the Grizzlies and the Suns is that the Suns face hard teams just like the Grizzlies, but the Grizzlies didn't even come close to beating them. The Suns showed we could hang with these top dogs. The Grizzlies showed we're too scared to hang with these top dogs. We're too young. We're too scared. We can't handle them at all. We can't handle them. They can't handle those top dogs. God. I mean, look, when you're a team who's coming into the bubble as an 8th seed, right? And you let Portland catch up. You let Phoenix catch up. Honestly,
even the Spurs.
I think every single fan in the NBA was hoping the Grizzlies weren't even in a play-in game because we knew, if Portland faces them, it's over.
It was a great
game. John
game.
Morant can't handle that.
It was a good game.
It's over.
John Morant was killing that game.
It's over.
He was getting killed too, though.
But I know everybody wanted to see.
He took the challenge, though.
Everybody wanted to see Devin Booker and Dame. They wanted to see Showtime. The Phoenix Suns are Showtime. They're going to be Showtime next year.
How you Showtime in a bubble with no fans?
They're going to be Showtime. Yeah, there was a lot of fans, virtual fans. They were cheering.
Talk about some virtual fans. What about when it was fans in the stadium? Where was the Suns?
You know they had the lowest attendance in the
answer that question. Where was the wait? Before you continue, I want you to answer my question.
Don't say the lowest attendance.
Where was the Suns pre-bubble when there were fans in the stadium? Answer that question. Where were they?
Like what?
They were winning some games.
They were winning.
They were close enough to close a gap on Grizzlies when they got to the bubble. That's for sure.
If they won 8 games and still didn't get in the play-in. They won 8 straight and still didn't get in the play-in.
Half a game out is super close.
So they closed the gap. Grizzlies had a big gap on them in the bubble.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And you have to remember. Jaren Jackson went down. They walked into the bubble, losing that chemistry.
If I clearly remember, I think Milwaukee sat out a lot of their players that game too, and the Grizzlies got a win against a couple.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that helped too.
The only way they can win is that when there's no pressure. When the pressure's on, they fold.
They were winning all year.
They needed that game.
That's how they're going to
be. They were winning
Bucks.
all year.
That's how they're going to be.
How you going to use 8 games and just discredit 60?
Did they finish 500?
Who? The Grizzlies?
Grizzlies.
I don't know.
They didn't.
Neither of them did then. If that's the case.
They didn't. Well, Phoenix, DeAndre Ayton was out for 25 games.
Jaren Jackson was out about 15, 20 games too.
I guarantee you DeAndre Ayton was out more.
Now he was.
Probably 5 more.
25 games.
It's a lot of 5 games could have closed the gap and gotten them to the playing game.
Let's be honest.
I mean, that's their second best player, though.
Let's be honest. Hold on, because this is getting me mad.
Wait, because no,
stop. Because you act like they were gonna play that way without the bubble. Let's really tone it down. Why not, bro? You're playing in front of nobody.
Oh, really? So why couldn't the Grizzlies win games?
They struggled. I'm not gonna say they didn't struggle, but let's not act.
You're blaming. You're saying the reason the Suns performed so good is because of the bubble.
There was no
so why did the Grizzlies perform so bad?
The Suns walked in.
They should be performing great.
Wait, listen. The Suns
isn't that true?
The Suns walked in with
the bubble.
Can I talk? The Suns walked in with no pressure in the bubble. There was no pressure on them at all. Nobody was worried about the Suns. But don't credit 8 games and discredit 60. That's my argument. Don't say, oh, they played this in the bubble. Yeah, 8-0 is great. Okay, talk about the other 60, though. What were they doing pre-bubble? Talk about it.
Booker was averaging 27 a game.
Good. What else were they doing? They. What were they doing? They as a team. What was their record?
Oubre averaged 19.
And what was their record?
Really good team.
What was their record?
Well, I can't speak to that pre-bubble, but they were close enough to close the gap.
What was their record?
They should have never closed the gap to begin with.
You try to say,
because you're not talking about pre-bubble when they were like 27
They came into the bubble with no pressure, right?
They didn't.
But after they were 3-0 and people were like, wow, they're going undefeated, the pressure was mounting, and they said, we'll handle anything you throw at us. We'll beat the Clippers.
They finished with the same record at the end of it all, though.
Yeah, the 8 games helped them. The Grizzlies lost a couple games. They lost some good. They lost some tough.
And if the season went on longer,
you don't.
Grizzlies would have gotten smoked.
That's not true.
They got smoked out the water, man.
That's not true.
How about let's see. I want to see something. Suns versus Grizzlies in regular season, right?
Let's see. Let's see what happened. Let's see.
The Suns beat them. No, I'm playing.
I know.
The Grizzlies beat them.
I know.
Three out of
yeah, I know.
3 times.
I know.
But they were close games, man.
They lost. But when the pressure,
they were really close.
But wait. But what happened to the pressure? When it's pressure in the fourth,
but there's no pressure in December. These games were like December and in January. There's no pressure there.
Huh?
There's no pressure in December and January, bro.
For teams like that, but there's pressure in the bubble.
But you said there was no pressure for the Suns to begin with.
How is there not pressure in the bubble when you're fighting for a playoff spot? Because if
you were good enough to make the bubble,
Wizards made the bubble. Let's be honest. Like, come on,
the West is different. But
if they had Bradley Beal, they would have been more competitive. They didn't have Bradley Beal.
The only flaw in what you're saying is that there's multiple flaws, but the flaw that's most evident is that you want to discredit every team, including the Suns. Last episode you did this too. You want to discredit them for their performance in the bubble.
No.
Yet you want to give teams that struggle a pass.
No, I'm saying
the teams that perform. Because it's the bubble. What are the teams that don't perform?
I'm saying you love to talk about how they played in the bubble, but you never speak on what they did pre-bubble. It's like you forgot that it was a whole season that got us to the bubble. You forget that part.
My opinion is as recent as what I saw.
The Grizzlies were 3-0 against the Suns, and not to mention when we left for the bubble, they were up on them in the regular season. They had a better record than they were better than them in every aspect. What are you talking about? We got now coming into next season. The Suns are hot. Yeah, they got the little 8 games in the bubble. That's cool. That's
8 meaningful games.
More meaningful
than those 60. This is the shot to go to the playoffs. This is a shot to go to the playoffs.
Did you just hear what he just said?
What's more meaningful, the game in the playoffs right now? What's more meaningful, the Western Conference Finals or the regular season games? Western Conference Finals, right? What's more serious, the playoff games?
Please listen.
Or the regular season?
Please listen. What is he talking about? No, you tell me what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about.
What's more serious, fighting to get to the playoffs, a play-in tournament, or a measly regular season?
How was it a play-in tournament if the Suns didn't get to play in the tournament? The play-in tournament was the Grizzlies in Portland.
The play-in tournament was basically who can catch up to the AC.
The 8 games were the rest of the regular season. The play-in was Portland versus the Grizzlies.
The rest of the regular season of teams that can make it to the playoffs.
Okay, but that wasn't the play. The play-in was the Grizzlies in Portland.
Do you think had Phoenix got in, do you think they would have gave Portland a better game than Memphis?
Way better,
because they were on fire and they were beating a lot.
It was a game nonetheless, though.
They were beating a lot of good teams. Do you think Phoenix had a shot at getting in the playoffs?
They wasn't beating Dame. I don't think neither team was beating Dame that night.
But they were the hottest team in the bubble. They were on fire. They taking down the
Clippers.
How
much better could they have played against the Grizzlies? Played them great. That Portland and Grizzlies game was great. And it went down the line.
I think Phoenix takes a game. It
was only one game.
No, Grizzlies had to win 2. Portland had to win 1. I think Phoenix wins a game.
But the Grizzlies and the Portland played the.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think Phoenix would have won.
You think Phoenix would have beat the Portland Trailblazers?
That one game, yeah, and then the last game to get in, anything.
The last game to get in was the Grizzlies in Portland, bro.
I know, but you're not hearing what I'm saying. For the Grizzlies to have another game with Portland, they had to win that one game. They didn't do that. I'm saying Phoenix got in,
folded. That's as simple as I can say.
Is it? I mean, at the end of the day, it's an assumption. But Phoenix was the hottest team in the bubble. Is it unfair or unrealistic to say that they could have got a win against Portland? Now you can think Portland wins the next game and wins the entire thing.
I don't think nobody was beating Dame on that night. I don't think any bubble.
I think Phoenix had. Phoenix had a shot.
He's a star.
Just because of how good they were playing. They were on fire.
They were hot.
They were really hot. And honestly, that's what matters in the most in sport. When you get hot, that's what matttters. So
at the end of the day, I look at the best player on the team, and that Devin Booker's here, Ja Morant probably here, where the screw is probably here. Devin Booker, Ja Morant.
It's not that.
One's an all-star, one's not.
Wait, Devin Booker made the All-Star team?
Yeah.
When?
This year.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Once?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He is, I want to say 24.
23.
How long he been here?
Let me see. 4 years.
Probably longer.
Now he's coming to his fifth year.
He's 23.
How long he's been? Well, how many years?
He's going fifth. He's been in 5 years.
This will be his 6th?
Yeah.
He's made one All-Star game.
25th.
Yep.
This will be
Oh, yeah,
sixth.
Ja easily. Yeah. Ja easily. That's, come on. One All-Star.
Ja can easily not make an all-star team for 4 years.
In the West?
Ja's going to make All-Star.
In the West?
Especially
Over
with the
Dame and
guards.
Steph?
Westbrook will be out.
if he's
He'll
there.
be off that list very soon.
I mean,
And if they win and if he's putting up those numbers that he put in the regular season last year, not a chance.
Ja Morant was winning as a rookie. Just watch next year.
Winning, they make the
Dylan
playoffs.
Brooks is good. Jaren Jackson is
He was
good.
my favorite rookie.
And they still have Cap too.
I like Ja.
Jonas Valanciunas is good.
Nobody's going to Memphis, man.
Brandon Clark is good.
They don't need
They got
a
some
big.
play-
They don't
I
need-
thought you said they didn't have any players.
They don't have
They
they have
have
6
good-
players, bro.
That's good.
That's
That's
all right.
something to build off of.
Anthony
It's all right.
Melton's a good defender, too.
He's all
They
right.
got some good players.
Puts up 8 a game.
That's what I'm saying.
Good
Phoenix Suns, they're
They
going
have
to
them and Phoenix have around the same team.
the Phoenix Suns, they're going to be the team.
And
Pretty
Memphis,
honestly,
they have this.
pretty much.
And Memphis wasn't projected to go anywhere. But then you see John Morant and Jared Jackson. You
Phoenix
see Dylan
wasn't
Brooks.
projected.
I think Taylor Jenkins has a lot to do with
Phoenix,
that, man.
Who
The coach, Taylor Jenkins,
has a lot to do with John Morant?
has a lot to do with them winning.
I know, but you have to give. Do you
So
see
you
John
said that
Morant
you
play
said that
basketball?
you said that
I see
in
him
the start
play.
of the season nobody had the Grizzlies.
Nobody
winning.
had the Grizzlies.
I mean,
Jaren took a leap too.
Can I
so
ask you-
Jonas was.
I said all
Yeah,
of
no,
them.
he did.
too.
No, he did.
I said all of them.
But not about it. Act like it was a one-man show.
Yo,
Did I not just say all of them?
Nah, he did. He said
What are you talking
that.
about?
They had a
All
good
of them.
team.
They have
But
the
I ask
same
you
thing.
something though. Nobody expected the Suns to go 8-0 in the bubble and even be in contention or even.
You're
have
talking
it.
about the bubble, though. I'm
Yeah,
talking
but I know,
about
but nobody expected
expected
that
the Grizzlies
either.
to be 8th seed at all.
They still
like, at
didn't
all.
get it.
Yeah, Portland ended up getting, but Phoenix didn't get it either.
Phoenix was close, man.
So was Portland.
Phoenix-
So was Grizzlies.
Yeah, but Phoenix had a lot of ground to make up, and I think what they did is more impressive than what the Grizzlies did in the bubble.
Now we're going to
Personally, they were the
finish
hottest team,
talking.
bro.
Their 8 games will never be more impressive than a 60-game sample size.
I mean, that 60-game sample size got them nothing. They were on time the playoffs looking in.
The 8-game streak got him nothing.
No, it's true. No,
got
I'm saying,
him respect.
nah, it's not even that. It's just so they
I
both
bet
got
you
nothing at the end of the day.
teams respect the Suns more than they respect the Grizzlies.
I mean, I'm
Who
not going to go
cares?
into that.
Yeah, like who cares? No, like legit, who cares? We'll see. John Morant. I'm not. John Morant. We'll see.
All right. Bet you he won't outshine Devin Booker, that's for sure.
Devin Booker. He's a good player.
He's a great
Right,
player.
yeah, he was about to say he's not all that.
No, but like he's about to gas up. He's a good player.
Oh, he's
but, like,
dumb nice.
yeah, he's nice.
He's
but
mad nice.
Just remember, he still has yet to make the playoffs.
He's going to make it next year.
He's young, though.
Trust me.
He's young.
What?
They're going to make it next year.
I think they're going to make it too. I mean, that was our prediction.
We'll see. So you guys think Phoenix is gonna make it next year?
I thought Phoenix was going to make it this year, but, you know,
L.
close.